And a touchdown for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Hey all, Rick here from Hamilton Sports Central for another preview for Friday night against with Winnipeg against Hamilton. This is Ted Guevara night. So with the Ticats, actually we'll start with the Bombers first because they're the away team. So on the boundary side, we have Wheatfall with left tackle Stanley Bryant, Gabe Wallace, Cole Lekowski and Eli at center, Neufeld at right guard, Randolph at right tackle, Clarcius at wide receiver. Slot back, we have Ontario Wilson and Dembski. Chris Ike at fullback, Stravler as starting quarterback with Wilson and Art Palouse as the third string quarterback, Oliveira and Peterson as running backs. And then on the left side slot back, we have Mitchell and Corcoran. Castillo and Shahan will be doing the kicking and punting for the Bombers. Leroux will be the long snapper. Vaville will be the kick return and punt return. On the defensive side, for the boundary defensive end, we have Vaughters and Pearson, Thomas and Cornelson at nose tackle. Defensive tackle, we have Lawson. Defensive end, we have Jefferson and Ayers. Weak side linebacker, we have Wilson, Cadwaldar, and Woodby. Middle linebacker, we have Jones and Gauthier, Shea. And then Sam linebacker, we have Cramdy, Griffin, and Smith. Boundary corner, we have Mario Houston, who's making his return to the Bombers after signing with them a couple of weeks ago, with Valville as the backup. Beside him is Nichols. Three safeties, Allen, Allett, and Ball. And then on the field side, it's Holm and Lawson Jr. For Hamilton, we have at boundary side, we have Lawler and Brooks. Bordner at left tackle, Brennan Redenberg at left guard, Bolton Woodmansey at center, with Zott as backup center, Liam Dobson at right guard, Barrow as right tackle, Shamar Bridges and Tyler Chanowski at field side wide receiver, DeAndre Smith and Brandon O'Leary Orange at field slot back, Bell and Johnny Augustine, and Greg Bell as the running backs, Levi Mitchell, Taylor Powell, and Jake Dolagala as the quarterbacks. Giovanni Robinson and Milinovich Litre as the fullback tight ends. And then Tim White as the other slot back. We have Mark Leggio as the kicker, Gordon White as the long snapper, and then Nick Constantino and as the punter, with Philip Brooks as the kick and punt returner. For the defensive side boundary, we have Julian Hauser with Miles Fox and Mario Kendricks, Casey Sales and Ty Anderson as the defensive tackles, Philip O.C. and Owen Hubert on the field side. For weak side linebacker, we have Kyler Fisher with Brian Cole II and Trevor Hoyt, Devin Verisak, Ryan Baker, and Hill as the middle linebackers, and Reggie Stubblefield as the Sam linebacker. For the boundary side, we have Jamal Peters and Destin Talbert. We have Stavros Katratonis as the starting free safety, with Robert Panabaker making his lineup debut this season, and Harrell as the third string free safety. We have Deshaun Amos as the field halfback, with Jonathan Moxley and Mac Bonate as the field corner. We also have the news and notes for the Hamilton Winnipeg game. This marks the first meeting since 2025 and has Winnipeg on a 2-game win streak versus Hamilton and winners of the last 5 between them. Zach Claris has started the last 7 against Hamilton. For Levi Mitchell, 3 of the last 4. Turnover differential. Turnover could be a factor as Hamilton leads the CFL with 84 points off turnovers and ranks second with a plus 8 turnover differential, plus 1 in the win over Montreal. Winnipeg has 79 points, 8th, and ranks 8th in turnover differential, minus 11, after going minus 3 for Saskatchewan. 0 points and 0 touchdowns allowed. Hamilton played great defense last week against Montreal. They didn't allow a touchdown drive for the first time since September 30th of 2023 versus Edmonton, a span of 30 games. The last time they allowed 9 points or less was on November 20th of 2021 in a 24-3 win over Saskatchewan. While Levi Mitchell's 14-yard rushing touchdown at Montreal was his first in the regular season since September 25th of 2025, he was carrying 14 rushing. He has 14 career rushing touchdowns. Mitchell is a starter. While Levi Mitchell's record as a starter is now 106, 44, and 2, with a 16 and 19 record with Hamilton. Of note, he'll be starting his 20th consecutive game this week, his longest streak of consecutive starts since 20 in a row across 2018-2019. 3-0 start, then 3-6. The Blue Bombers are in the poorest 9-game stretch at 3-6 since 2015-2016, matching a similar run last year. They bounced back from last year's run to finish with a 9-1 flourish and a trip to the Grey Cup. Turnovers matter. Ticats are a perfect 6-0 when making fewer turnovers this season, and 0-3 when they've made more. Winnipeg has the exact same trend, 0-5 more, and 3-0 when they make less turnovers in a game. Chris Streveler could get the start after Zach Claris was injured. In Week 14, Streveler is 2-0 as a starter in 2025, but has a 72.4 QB rating with 5 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, 0-2 career versus Hamilton. Willie Jefferson added his league-leading 12th knockdown of the season. Hamilton's duo of Justin Talbert 10 and Jonathan Moxley 9 are close behind in second and third respectively. Jefferson's 90th career knockdown tied him second all-time with Adrian Smith. Strong debut. Bombers receiver Ontario Wilson had a game-high 89 receiving yards on 5 catches versus Saskatchewan in his return from the NFL. He averaged 17.8 yards per reception and converted 2 second downs. Ray Valvo. The rookie leads the CFL with 730 and ranks third with 1,354 all-purpose yards while also starting at defensive back for Bombers. Smith, 3 special teams tackles. Bombers rookie linebacker and 15th overall pick, Jalen Smith, had 3 special team tackles versus Saskatchewan, giving him 13 on the season. One off the team lead of 14 by Michael Ayers. Nick Dembski. The Bombers' leading receiver is 2 yards shy of entering the CFL top 80 all-time in career receiving yards. Through Week 14, Dembski sits at 6,118 yards, carries an active 83-game reception streak, and has a touchdown in 2 of his last 3 games. 0 sacks. Last week, Winnipeg failed to record a sack in the 3rd game this season. The Bombers rank 7th with 16 sacks, including only 3 of their last 5. Establishing the run. Hamilton game racked up 234 rushing yards in listing its previous high of 100 back on July 4th. The most by Hamilton team since September 1st, 2008 versus Toronto, 259. Ticats' running attack featured 158 yards on 20 carries from Greg Bell with a 42-yard rush from receiver Tim White. a record, oddly. In 2025, Hamilton is just 2-4 at home, but they have the CFL's most road wins with 5, tied with Saskatchewan. Usually that goes the other way around. Better at home. Greg Bell set a career high with 156 rushing yards on 20 carries, 7.8 per attempt in a win over Montreal, eclipsing his previous high of 139 in 2024. It was Bell's second career 100-plus rushing yard performance. Griffin 11 defensive tackles. Bombers linebacker Michael Griffin tied a career high in 11 defensive tackles in the Banjo Bowl. He is second on the team with 44 this season. Kenny Lawler 1K. Kenny Lawler became the second receiver this year to go over 1,000 receiving yards, 1,047. It's a career high for Kenny Lawler in his second career season over 1,000 yards. The other in 2021 with Winnipeg. He's 26 yards back of Keon Hatcher for the CFL lead. Leggio 4 for 4. Mark Leggio made all 4 attempts in the rain versus Montreal and is 9 of 9 of his last 3 games. He's 30 for 32 on the year, tied with Sean White for the most accurate kicker, 93.8%. Hauser 6 sacks. Julian Hauser has a pair of sacks for Hamilton in Week 14 to take over the lead with 6. So with that being said, also on the line tonight is Saskatchewan needs both Winnipeg and BC to ensure a playoff spot for the Riders. So it doesn't even matter about the East game. With that being said, this is my preview, as we are going to finish off this video with paying a tribute to our GM, Ted Gavea, who has lost his